The African savanna stretches endlessly beneath a vast, open sky, its golden grasses shimmering in the early morning light. As the sun rises, the land is bathed in a warm, amber glow, revealing a breathtaking tapestry of life woven across the plains. Acacia trees, their canopies like green umbrellas, dot the landscape, casting delicate shadows over the tall, whispering grass. The air is alive with the gentle rustle of leaves and the distant calls of birds, each note echoing across the open expanse. Herds of wildebeest thunder across the plains, their hooves stirring up clouds of dust, while zebras and antelope graze warily, ever alert to the dangers that lurk in the grass. The savanna is a living, breathing ecosystem where every creature plays a vital role in the delicate balance of life. Amidst this vibrant world, one figure stands above all others, the lion, the undisputed ruler of these wild lands. The male lion, with his flowing mane and powerful frame, is the embodiment of strength and majesty. His roar rolls across the plains like distant thunder, a sound that commands respect and signals his presence to all. Resting atop a mound, the lion surveys his domain, his golden eyes scanning for both threats and opportunities. Around him, his pride lounges in the grass, a family bound by loyalty and survival. The mere sight of a lion sends a ripple of tension through the herds. Antelope freeze, ears twitching, while zebras bunch together, their stripes blending into a living shield. The lion's presence is a silent warning, a reminder that danger is never far away. As the apex predator, the lion's life is a constant dance between hunter and hunted. With calculated patience, it stalks through the grass, muscles rippling beneath its tawny coat, every step a testament to its mastery of stealth and power. When the moment comes, the lion explodes into action, speed, strength, and precision unleashed in a single breathtaking charge. Its mane catches the wind, a crown of wild glory as it asserts its dominance over the savanna. Survival here is a relentless challenge. Every day lions must outwit their prey, defend their territory, and protect their pride from rivals. The savanna is a place where only the cleverest and strongest endure. As dawn breaks, the savanna awakens. Giraffes stretch their necks to nibble on treetops, elephants lumber through the grass, and flocks of birds take to the sky in a burst of color and sound. Yet, beneath this beauty lies a constant undercurrent of tension. Rival male lions clash in fierce battles, their roars echoing for miles. Dust swirls as they fight for dominance, each determined to claim the right to lead and protect a pride. These confrontations are brutal, often leaving the defeated limping away, their reign ended. Only the strongest, most resilient lions survive to rule another day. The victor patrols his territory, marking boundaries with scent and presence, a living symbol of power and authority. Within the pride, lionesses nurture their cubs, teaching them the ways of the wild, while the male stands guard, ever vigilant against intruders and threats. The lion's gaze is intense, filled with the wisdom of countless generations. Every movement radiates confidence, a silent declaration of its place at the top of the food chain. Yet the savanna is not ruled by lions alone. It is a realm of fierce competition, where hyenas, wild dogs, and leopards prowl the same grasslands, each with their own strategies for survival. Hyena clans move with cunning coordination, their laughter echoing as they circle a lion's kill, always seeking an opportunity to snatch a meal. Packs of wild dogs race across the plains, their teamwork and speed making them formidable hunters in their own right. Solitary leopards slip through the shadows, masters of stealth, climbing trees with their prey to avoid the ever-watchful eyes of rivals. In the rivers, massive crocodiles lurk beneath the surface, waiting for the unwary to approach the water's edge. Even the mighty rhinoceros, armored and powerful, can become both rival and threat in this land of giants. The lion's story is one of constant negotiation, of strength, strategy, and adaptability in a world where every day is a test of survival. Each encounter with a rival predator is a high-stakes drama, a battle of wits and power where the outcome is never certain. The savannah is a stage for these epic confrontations, where every animal must use its unique abilities to survive the relentless challenges of the wild. Lions face off against their greatest competitors, defending their kills and their families with unmatched courage and ferocity. Their rivals fight back with cunning, speed, and teamwork, each encounter a test of survival in this unforgiving land. These are not simple battles. They are complex struggles for territory, for food, and for the very right to exist. Every confrontation reveals the raw intensity of life on the savannah, where only the most resourceful and resilient survive. In this wild, untamed world, the law of the jungle reigns supreme. The lion, through sheer force of will, power, and instinct, stands as the sovereign of the African plains, a living symbol of the savannah's enduring spirit and breathtaking beauty. On the vast African savannah, few rivalries are as intense or as enduring as that between lions and spotted hyenas. Every encounter is a test of strength, strategy, and nerve. The conflict often begins with the scent of a fresh kill drifting on the wind. A lion pride, having just brought down a wildebeest, gathers around their prize, but the aroma quickly attracts the attention of a nearby hyena clan. Hyenas, living in large matriarchal clans, immediately begin to assemble. Their communication is swift and effective. One whooping call can summon dozens of clan members from across the plains. These animals are not just scavengers, they are skilled hunters, capable of coordinated attacks. Their social structure allows them to plan and execute complex strategies, whether hunting or confronting lions. The hyena's most formidable weapon is its bite. With jaws capable of crushing bone, they can access nutrients that other predators leave behind. This bone-crushing ability is crucial during confrontations, as it allows hyenas to quickly consume and carry away pieces of a carcass, even under pressure. When hyenas approach a lion kill, they rarely do so alone. They gather in numbers, surrounding the lions and testing their resolve with mock charges and loud vocalizations. The lions, meanwhile, remain alert. If the pride is large and includes adult males, they stand their ground, baring teeth and roaring to warn the hyenas off. The hyenas respond with their eerie whooping calls, rallying more clan members to the scene. Their numbers can quickly swell, shifting the balance of power. Step by step, the hyenas close in, circling the lions and probing for weaknesses. They watch for any sign of hesitation or fatigue among the defenders. If the lions at the kill are few, perhaps a lone lioness or a couple of inexperienced young males, the hyenas grow bolder, inching closer with each pass. The hyenas then initiate a coordinated mobbing. They attack from multiple directions, nipping at the lion's flanks and darting away before the lion can retaliate. Overwhelmed by sheer numbers and relentless harassment, the lions may be forced to abandon their kill. The hyenas swarm the carcass, tearing it apart in a frenzy. But the arrival of a full-grown male lion changes everything. His presence alone can scatter even the largest hyena clan. The male lion roars, a deep, thunderous sound that sends a clear warning. Hyenas, recognizing the danger, often retreat quickly, unwilling to risk a direct confrontation. The male lion's size and strength are unmatched. He is built for battle, with powerful muscles and a mane that protects his neck during fights. Sometimes, the male lion will chase the hyenas, singling out stragglers. He may attack, not for food, but to assert dominance and reduce future competition. He patrols the boundaries of his territory, listening for hyena calls. If he detects a threat, he may launch a surprise attack, catching the hyenas off guard. A lone hyena caught in the open is especially vulnerable. The male lion charges and the hyena flees, knowing that a single mistake could be fatal. When the lion catches a hyena, he may kill it, sending a powerful message to the rest of the clan. This territory is fiercely defended. In some cases, the male lion will seek out hyena dens, attempting to eliminate the young. This brutal tactic helps keep the hyena population in check and reduces future threats, These confrontations are not isolated events, they are part of a continuous struggle. Each side adapts, learning from every encounter. Hyenas rely on teamwork and intelligence, pressing their advantage when they have the numbers, but retreating swiftly when the odds turn against them. Lions, in turn, remain vigilant. They defend their kills fiercely, always watching for the approach of hyenas and ready to fight for every meal. A lone lioness with cubs faces the greatest danger. Hyenas will attempt to separate her from her young, using distraction and numbers to their advantage. When battles erupt, they are chaotic and brutal. Lions charge, swiping with powerful paws, while hyenas dart in and out, biting and harassing from all sides. This relentless contest shapes the lives of both species. Each victory and defeat is a lesson, fueling an ancient rivalry that plays out day and night across the African plains. A never-ending dance of survival, strategy, and raw power. In the heart of the African savannah, a silent tension hangs in the air. Another significant competitor for the lion is the African wild dog, a rival as relentless as the landscape itself. These animals are masterpieces of endurance and teamwork, their bodies lean and built for the chase, their minds sharp and attuned to the rhythm of the hunt. Though much smaller than lions, tipping the scales at just 50 to 80 pounds, their true strength lies in their unbreakable social bonds and their ability to hunt as a single, coordinated unit. Wild dogs communicate with a chorus of chirps and high-pitched calls, weaving a web of sound that keeps the pack moving as one. Every member aware of the other's positions, every movement calculated. They are the marathon runners of the plains, able to maintain blistering speeds of up to 44 miles per hour, relentlessly pursuing prey until exhaustion claims their quarry. But this relentless drive brings them into direct conflict with lions, who prowl the same hunting grounds, their presence a constant threat. When a pack of wild dogs crosses into lion territory, the savannah becomes a stage for a high-stakes drama. The air crackles with anticipation as both sides size each other up, every muscle tensed for action. Lions, especially the dominant males, are the undisputed rulers here. Their massive frames and thunderous roars send a clear message. Intruders are not welcome. With a sudden, explosive burst, a lion charges. The ground trembles beneath his paws. The wild dogs, sensing the danger, scatter in a flurry of movement, their formation dissolving in an instant. In a direct confrontation, the wild dogs are hopelessly outmatched. The lion's sheer size and raw power are overwhelming, casting a shadow over the nimble hunters. If a lion manages to catch a wild dog, the outcome is swift and brutal. The fight is over before it truly begins. The wild dog's agility no match for the lion's crushing strength. This ever-present danger has shaped the wild dog's behavior. They move with caution, noses to the ground, searching for the scent of lions, always ready to change course at the slightest hint of their rivals. Yet the savannah is a place of shifting fortunes. Sometimes the wild dogs find the upper hand. If a lone lioness, especially one burdened with cubs, is caught by a large pack, the tables turn. She stands her ground, every muscle taut, eyes blazing with defiance. But the odds are against her. The wild dogs encircle her, their movements a blur of speed and coordination. They dart in and out, probing for weakness, their numbers overwhelming. They never attack head-on. Instead, they flank her, always just out of reach, their tactics honed by countless encounters. Their strategy is one of harassment, quick, stinging attacks that wear down her resolve, each nip a test of her defenses. The pack moves as a living storm, individual dogs darting in for a bite, then vanishing into the swirling mass before the lioness can retaliate. Their calls rise in a cacophony, echoing across the plains, adding confusion and psychological pressure to the physical assault. The wild dog's goal is not always to kill, but to drive the lioness away, forcing her to abandon her cubs or a hard-won meal, the pack's persistence rewarded by her retreat. This rivalry is a living testament to the eternal struggle between brute strength and cunning strategy, played out beneath the endless African sky. The lion, with its imposing presence, relies on intimidation and overwhelming force to maintain dominance. A single lion can shatter the wild dog's carefully laid plans, sending the pack fleeing with nothing but a glance or a roar. But the wild dogs are undeterred. Their survival depends on their unity, their speed, and their relentless drive to outmaneuver their larger foe. Ever vigilant, they scan the horizon for danger, ready to seize any opportunity, especially when a lion is alone or weakened. And so the dance continues. Two apex predators locked in a never-ending contest of wits and strength, their fates intertwined in the wild theatre of the savannah. The African savannah is a vast, untamed stage where two of the continent's most formidable predators, the lion and the leopard, play out a relentless drama of survival and rivalry. Unlike the social lion, the leopard is a solitary and elusive creature, moving like a shadow through the tall grass, every muscle tensed for action. Its beautifully spotted coat is not just for show, it is a masterful disguise, allowing the leopard to vanish into the dappled sunlight and tangled undergrowth, unseen by both prey and rival. The leopard's hunting technique is a blend of patience and explosive power. It stalks silently, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce, then delivers a swift, suffocating bite. Its strength is legendary. Pound for pound, it is one of the strongest cats alive, able to hoist prey twice its weight high into the branches, far from scavengers. But the leopard's greatest threat is not hunger, but the lion. The leopard's primary survival strategy is to avoid conflict, especially with the pride-bound lions that rule these plains. The leopard knows that a direct confrontation with its larger, more powerful cousin is a battle it is unlikely to win. Every sense is tuned to detect the distant rumble of a lion's approach. Yet, despite its efforts to remain invisible, the savannah's open spaces and overlapping territories make confrontations inevitable. When a lion and leopard cross paths, the air crackles with tension. Lions are not just hunters, they are rulers. They patrol their territory with confidence, viewing leopards as direct competition for food and space. A lion will not hesitate to chase a leopard, asserting its dominance with thunderous roars and powerful charges. If a lion discovers a leopard with a fresh kill, the outcome is almost certain. The lion charges in, its massive frame scattering scavengers and sending the leopard scrambling for safety. The leopard's only hope is to reach the sanctuary of the trees. With a burst of speed and agility, it launches itself upward, claws digging into bark, muscles rippling as it climbs to safety. Here, high above the ground, the leopard is in its element. Its climbing skills far surpass those of the lion, allowing it to rest and feed in peace, at least for a while. Often, the leopard will secure its meal in the crook of a branch, just out of reach of the frustrated lion below, who can only glare and roar in frustration. But sometimes hunger or pride drives a lion to attempt the impossible. With claws extended, it scrambles up the trunk, only to be met by the snarling, defiant leopard above. The branches tremble as both cats lock eyes, each unwilling to yield. The most dangerous moments come when the leopard is caught in the open, far from the safety of the trees. Here the savannah offers no refuge, and the lion's superior size and strength become overwhelming. On the ground, a lion can easily overpower a leopard, pinning it with sheer weight and brute force. But the leopard is not without weapons of its own. When cornered, it becomes a whirlwind of fury, baring its teeth and lashing out with razor-sharp claws. In a desperate bid for survival, the leopard will roll onto its back, exposing all four claw-tipped paws and its snapping jaws, a defensive posture that turns its entire body into a weapon. It spits, snarls, and swipes with lightning speed, aiming to inflict enough pain to make the lion hesitate, even for a moment, just long enough for the leopard to break free and escape. But if the lion is resolute, the outcome is rarely in doubt. The sheer size and power of the lion usually overwhelm even the bravest leopard. For the lion, these encounters are not just about food. They are about dominance, about sending a message to every rival on the savannah. By chasing leopards and stealing their kills, lions reduce competition and secure more resources for their pride, reinforcing their status as the undisputed rulers of these lands. For the leopard, survival is a constant test of wits and agility. It must rely on stealth, speed, and its unrivaled climbing ability to outmaneuver its larger foe. Every hunt is a race against time. The leopard must kill silently, eat quickly, and always keep one eye on the nearest escape route, knowing that a lion could appear at any moment. The relationship between these two great cats is a suspenseful, ongoing battle of strength, strategy, and survival, a living testament to the hierarchy of predators on the savannah, where even a master hunter like the leopard must forever live in the shadow of the king. The cheetah, a solitary figure against the golden dawn of the African plains, is more than just a symbol of speed. It's a testament to survival against overwhelming odds. Every muscle, every sinew in its body is designed for one breathtaking purpose: to run faster than any other creature on land. In a blur of motion, the cheetah can reach over 60 miles per hour in mere seconds, a living arrow shot across the savannah. This explosive speed is its lifeline, the only hope of catching the swift antelope that share its world. But such specialization comes at a steep price. After every chase, the cheetah is left utterly spent, its chest heaving, its body trembling with exhaustion. Its slender frame, long legs, and lightweight build are perfect for speed, but leave it fragile and exposed. The cheetah's flexible spine, so vital for its sprint, offers little protection in a fight. Among the great cats of Africa, the cheetah is the most vulnerable, dwarfed by the power and presence of its rivals. Every day is a test of nerves. The cheetah lives in a world of constant anxiety, always alert for the shadow of a larger predator. No threat looms larger than the lion, whose mere presence can turn the cheetah's world into a nightmare. When danger approaches, the cheetah's only hope is to flee, relying on its unmatched speed to escape. But this gift is only useful in the open, where there is room to run and no obstacles to block its path. If a lion ambushes from the tall grass, the cheetah's speed becomes a tragic irrelevance. In those moments, fear grips the cheetah, and its greatest strength is rendered useless. The lion, a mountain of muscle and power, is an unstoppable force. One blow from its massive paw can end a cheetah's life in an instant. This ever-present danger keeps the cheetah in a state of relentless vigilance. Every sound, every movement in the grass could mean life or death. To survive, cheetahs climb termite mounds, scanning the horizon not just for prey, but for the faintest sign of a lion. Their eyes are always searching, always wary, haunted by the knowledge that danger could be anywhere. They avoid dense bush, knowing that a hidden lion could spell disaster. Instead, they choose the open plains, where their eyes and their speed give them a fighting chance. But the greatest struggle comes after the hunt. When the cheetah finally brings down its prey, it is utterly spent, gasping for air, its body racked with fatigue. In these moments, the cheetah is at its most vulnerable. Too tired to fight, too weak to run. It must wait, desperate for breath, before it can even begin to eat. Every bite is stolen in fear, every mouthful shadowed by the threat of loss. The scent of blood and the circling of vultures are a beacon, calling lions from miles away. The cheetah eats in a frenzy, every muscle tense, every sense straining for the first sign of danger. It gulps down meat, knowing that at any moment it may have to abandon everything. The horizon is never far from its mind. Each meal is a race against time and fate. More often than not, a lion will appear, drawn by the promise of an easy meal. The cheetah must make a heartbreaking choice: abandon its hard-won prize or risk its life. The lion claims the kill, its power undeniable, its dominance absolute. But the threat is not just to the cheetah itself. Lions will kill cheetah cubs, erasing future generations in a single, brutal act. For a mother cheetah, every day is a desperate game of hide and seek, moving her cubs from den to den, hoping to keep them safe. She carries them gently, her heart pounding with fear, knowing that discovery means death. Yet, despite her efforts, lions remain the leading cause of cub mortality, their relentless search a constant threat. The weight of this danger shapes every moment of the cheetah's life, every decision, every heartbeat. It determines where they live, when they hunt, and how they raise their young. Even the simple act of eating is fraught with tension, a battle between hunger and fear. The savannah is a stage for this relentless drama, where the lion's strength overshadows the cheetah's speed, and survival is never guaranteed. In the end, the cheetah's plight is a story of courage and heartbreak, a fragile life lived in the shadow of giants, where every day is a triumph against the odds. The lion's reign as the apex predator is absolute on the sun-scorched grasslands, where its golden mane glows beneath the relentless African sun. Every creature on the savannah recognizes the lion's dominance, until the pride approaches the water's edge, where a new danger lurks. Here, the lion's authority is challenged by the ancient and formidable Nile crocodile. These colossal reptiles, armored in thick, rugged scales, can grow to over 15 feet long and weigh more than 1,000 pounds. Their prehistoric eyes watch from the murky shallows, unblinking and patient. Masters of the ambush, crocodiles lie perfectly still just beneath the surface, their eyes and nostrils barely breaking the waterline. The riverbank becomes a stage for a deadly game of patience and instinct. A lion, driven by thirst, approaches the water with every muscle tensed, senses straining for the slightest ripple. On dry land, the lion is a force of nature, agile, swift and powerful. Its claws dig into the earth as it patrols its territory, and even the mighty crocodile dares not stray too far from the safety of water. When a crocodile is caught out in the open, the pride's teamwork is merciless. Lions have been observed mobbing and even killing crocodiles that wander too far from the river, especially during the dry season when water levels drop. The pride surrounds the reptile, darting in and out, slashing at its vulnerable flanks while avoiding the bone-crushing jaws. The lion's strategy is relentless. They attack the crocodile's less armored back and sides, using their speed to evade its snapping jaws. The crocodile thrashes, tail lashing, but on land it is outmatched by the pride's coordination and ferocity, but the balance of power shifts the instant a lion enters the water. Sometimes a lion must cross a river to follow migrating herds or to patrol its territory. The moment its paws break the surface, the rules of survival are rewritten. The lion hesitates, every instinct warning of unseen danger. In the water, the lion is clumsy and slow, its powerful muscles hampered by the current. Beneath the surface, the crocodile glides with terrifying grace, a shadowy missile of muscle and teeth. Suddenly, the water erupts. A crocodile launches from below, jaws snapping shut around a lion's leg or head. The lion roars in agony, thrashing desperately as the crocodile tries to drag it under, rolling and twisting with monstrous strength. The river churns with violence, water stained with mud and blood. Sometimes the pride responds in a frenzy, charging into the water, biting and clawing at the crocodile's armored hide. The air fills with snarls and splashes as the lions fight to free their companion, risking their own lives in the chaos. Other times, the crocodile's grip is unbreakable. The lion, exhausted and out of its element, is dragged beneath the surface. The battle between these two titans is a brutal contest of strength, instinct, and raw survival, a clash of the king of the land and the master of the water. Even the mightiest lion is reminded of its limits. Wounded and wary, it limps away from the riverbank, forever marked by the encounter. The savannah's apex predator must respect the boundaries of other powerful hunters, for in the wild, a simple river crossing can become a life-or-death struggle, an eternal dance of instinct, courage, and survival. In the vast, sun-baked expanse of the African savannah, where every creature must fight for survival, size and strength are the ultimate currencies, and few animals command more respect or more caution than the mighty rhinoceros. An adult rhino is a living fortress, its body sheathed in thick plate-like skin that forms a nearly impenetrable barrier. This natural armor, scarred by past battles, tells the story of a survivor. Its most formidable weapon is the horn, sharp, menacing, and made of densely packed keratin. It is a lance, a battering ram, and a warning to all who dare approach. When a rhino charges, the earth trembles. Over 2 tons of unstoppable force, surging forward with a single purpose: to defend, to survive, to dominate. With such overwhelming power, the adult rhino stands alone, unchallenged by most. Its presence is enough to clear the plains of would-be predators. Even the pride of lions, the undisputed kings and queens of the savannah, approach with utmost caution. Their golden eyes narrow, calculating as they weigh the risks. Lions are masters of strategy, their intelligence matched only by their patience. They know that a direct assault on a healthy adult rhino is a gamble few would survive. The pride lingers at a distance, muscles tense, tails flicking in the tall grass. They sense opportunity, but also danger. A single misstep could mean disaster, a sudden movement. A rhino's horn thrusts forward, and the pride scatters in a flurry of dust and panic. The message is clear: this is no easy prey. Most often, the lions retreat, their pride intact, but their hunger unsatisfied. The rhino, unbothered, resumes its slow, deliberate march across the plains. From afar, the lions watch, learning, waiting for a sign of weakness. But the rhino offers none, its confidence unshaken. For the lions, survival is a game of choices, and most of the time, the wise choice is to walk away. Yet, the savannah is a land of opportunity and misfortune. Occasionally, the pride's sharp eyes catch a moment of vulnerability, a chance that may tip the scales. A rhino, mired in the treacherous mud of a drying waterhole, becomes a prisoner of its own weight. Its struggles send ripples of alarm through the air. The pride gathers, emboldened by the rhino's plight. Hunger sharpens their resolve, but caution tempers their approach. They circle, silent and deliberate, testing the boundaries of the rhino's reach. Every step is measured, every movement calculated. The lions probe for weakness, their eyes fixed on the deadly horn. One wrong move could end the hunt before it begins. The battle, if it erupts, is a test of endurance. The lions dart in and out, seeking to exhaust the trapped giant, but the rhino fights with every ounce of its strength. Even immobilized, the rhino is a whirlwind of fury. Each swing of its horn sends the lions leaping back, their courage wavering in the face of such raw power. But the most frequent and tragic clashes occur when the pride sets its sights on the young. A rhino calf, though large, lacks the full armor and experience of its elders. The pride stalks, eyes locked on the vulnerable calf. The tension is palpable, the outcome uncertain. But a mother rhino is a force of nature. She stands guard, her massive frame a living shield, her resolve unbreakable. With a thunderous charge, she places herself between her calf and the pride, daring any lion to test her fury. The lions, faced with her unyielding defense, retreat once more. Hunger must wait. Survival comes first. In these epic confrontations, the savannah's hierarchy is revealed. The lion may be king, but the rhino is a sovereign in its own right, unyielding, unbowed. The rhino's legacy is one of survival against the odds, a living monument to the power of defensive evolution. Even the greatest predators know some challenges are best left unmet. To rule the savannah, a lion must be more than just a symbol of strength. It must be a master strategist, constantly adapting to the ever-shifting dynamics of its environment. Maintaining dominance as the apex predator is a relentless pursuit, requiring a blend of brute force, psychological intimidation, and intricate social maneuvering. Every day, lions must assess threats, assert their authority, and outthink both rivals and prey. At the heart of this dominance lies the lion's social structure. Prides are complex hierarchical units, typically led by a coalition of related males. These males are not just figureheads, they are the pride's frontline defenders, responsible for both external threats and internal order. The coalition system is a strategic adaptation. By banding together, males can more effectively patrol and defend vast territories, outnumbering and outmuscling solitary rivals. This unity also deters would-be usurpers, as a coalition presents a formidable barrier to takeover attempts. Territory defense is a daily ritual. Males mark boundaries with scent, using urine to create invisible lines that warn intruders. Roaring at dawn and dusk is both a declaration of presence and a psychological weapon, projecting power across the plains. A lion's roar can travel up to 5 miles, serving as a sonic barrier that reinforces territorial claims and signals strength to distant rivals. This auditory display is not just for show. It actively deters rival males and other predators, reducing the likelihood of direct confrontations that could result in injury. When deterrence fails, lions do not hesitate to confront intruders. Aggressive displays, chases, and even lethal force are all part of their arsenal. Eliminating competitors is a calculated move to secure resources and maintain the pride's supremacy. These confrontations are rarely about a single meal. Instead, they are long-term strategies to reduce the number of rival predators, ensuring more prey for the pride and less competition for future generations. Male lions will actively hunt and kill hyenas, not for sustenance but to destabilize hyena clans and weaken their grip on shared territories. Similarly, leopards and cheetahs are targeted when encountered. By removing these solitary hunters, lions reduce the risk of losing prey and reinforce their dominance at the top of the food chain. Though brutal, this behavior is essential for the pride's long-term survival. It is a calculated investment in the future, ensuring that the pride's cubs inherit a territory rich in resources and relatively free of threats. By suppressing rival predator populations, lions increase the availability of prey, directly benefiting their own offspring and securing the pride's legacy. The pride's internal structure is equally strategic. Lionesses form the core, cooperating to hunt, rear cubs, and defend against threats. Their unity is a force multiplier, allowing the pride to function as a single, cohesive unit. Teamwork is the pride's greatest weapon. Coordinated hunts enable them to bring down massive prey like buffalo and giraffe, animals that would be impossible for a lone lion to tackle. This cooperative strategy gives lions access to a food source that solitary predators, such as leopards and cheetahs, can only envy from a distance. Strength in numbers also means better defense. When a pride encircles a kill, they can fend off scavengers and rival predators, ensuring their hard-earned meal is not stolen. A lone lioness might be overwhelmed by a pack of hyenas, but a united pride can stand its ground, turning the tables on would-be thieves. The lioness's cooperation extends to cub rearing. By sharing nursing and protection duties, they increase the survival odds of the next generation, ensuring the pride's continued dominance. Ultimately, the lion's dominance is a delicate balance of aggression, caution, and social intelligence. Every decision, whether to fight, hunt, or retreat, is weighed against the risks and rewards. Lions must be powerful enough to subdue large prey and defend their territory, yet wise enough to avoid unnecessary battles that could lead to injury or death. An injury can be fatal in the wild, so lions are selective, often avoiding direct conflict with especially dangerous animals unless absolutely necessary. This is why lions will hesitate before challenging a healthy rhino or a large crocodile. Some risks simply outweigh the potential rewards. Their strategy is always to maximize gain while minimizing danger, a constant calculation that shapes every move they make. This blend of calculated risk-taking, social cooperation, and raw power is what sets lions apart from all other predators on the savannah. It is this unique combination that allows the lion to remain the undisputed king, its reign unchallenged by even the most cunning or powerful rivals. Through strategic alliances, relentless defense, and a deep understanding of the savanna's complex web of rivalries. The lion continues to rule its wild kingdom with unmatched authority. On the vast African savanna, where the sun sets over endless grasslands and the silhouettes of wild animals roam free, a silent drama unfolds every day, one that is as ancient as life itself. The constant battles and intense rivalries between predators and prey are not merely spectacles of raw power or survival. They are the invisible threads that hold the entire ecosystem together, weaving a complex web of life that thrives without any human interference. These interactions are the engine that drives the savanna's natural order. Every chase, every standoff, and every narrow escape is a vital part of a delicate balance, ensuring that no single species dominates or disappears. When a lion chases a cheetah from a fresh kill or faces off with a rhino, it's not just about food or territory. These confrontations regulate access to resources, prevent overhunting, and keep populations in check, maintaining the intricate equilibrium that allows so many species to coexist. The struggle for dominance shapes the very fabric of life here. It influences how animals behave, where they move, and even how they evolve over generations. Each species, from the smallest antelope to the mightiest lion, is constantly adapting to the pressures imposed by its rivals and predators. Without these natural conflicts, the savanna would lose its vitality. The landscape would become barren, populations would spiral out of control or vanish, and the intricate dance of life would falter. These battles are the heartbeat of the wild, the pulse that keeps the circle of life turning in perfect rhythm. Predator interactions, such as lions stalking through herds of zebra or hyenas chasing away the weak, serve a crucial purpose. They ensure that only the healthiest animals survive, strengthening the gene pool and preventing the spread of disease. When lions and hyenas compete for a carcass, they are not just fighting for a meal, they are enforcing a system of checks and balances. No single predator can monopolize resources, and this competition keeps populations stable. When lions kill hyena cubs, or when hyenas mob a lone lion, they are engaging in a natural form of population control, ensuring that no one group becomes too powerful or too numerous. This balance prevents overconsumption of resources, protecting the herds of herbivores and the predators alike. It is a self-regulating system perfected over millennia that needs no human intervention to function. Herbivores like zebra and wildebeest are kept in check by the ever-present threat of predators, which in turn ensures that the grasses and plants they feed on are not depleted. This cascading effect ripples through the food chain, from the apex predators down to the smallest insects, maintaining a dynamic but stable ecosystem. The constant competition for survival drives innovation in nature. Predators become faster, smarter, and more cunning, while prey animals develop new strategies to evade them. A cheetah's speed is not just a marvel of evolution, it is a necessity, honed by generations of escaping lions and other threats. Leopards have become masters of stealth and climbing, adapting to a world where danger lurks at every turn. Hyenas rely on complex social structures and teamwork, outsmarting larger predators through cooperation and communication. Even the young are shaped by these pressures. Playful stalking and mock battles among cubs are not just games, they are essential lessons in survival, preparing the next generation for the challenges ahead. The ever-present threat of predation forces prey animals to be vigilant, resourceful, and quick-thinking, ensuring that only the most adaptable survive. This relentless process of natural selection means that only the strongest, fastest, and most intelligent individuals pass on their genes, gradually strengthening the entire population. The lion's role as apex predator is not just a symbol of power, but a cornerstone of the ecosystem's health. Its presence shapes the lives and movements of every other animal, from the largest elephant to the smallest rodent. The ripple effect of a lion's presence can be seen in the way herds move, the alertness of prey, and the strategies of rival predators. Every action has consequences that echo across the landscape. The dominance of the lion creates a landscape defined by both fear and respect, dictating the rhythms of life for all who share the savannah. These epic battles for power and survival are not just moments of drama. They are the essential, living threads that keep the ecosystem vibrant and resilient. Every sunrise brings new challenges, and every animal must remain alert, for in this world, survival is never guaranteed. The absence of humans allows these natural processes to unfold as they have for thousands of years, undisturbed and pure. It is this ongoing struggle, untouched by human hands, that creates the breathtaking, complex and perfectly balanced world we so deeply admire. The savannah's beauty is born from its battles and its harmony from the constant dance of life and death. As the first golden rays of dawn spill across the grasslands, a sense of anticipation hangs in the air. In the distance, a massive herd of African buffalo grazes in tight formation, their dark shapes moving as one, a living, breathing fortress. But hidden in the tall, whispering grass, patient eyes watch. The lion pride, silent and calculating, begins its ancient ritual, the hunt. For lions, buffalo are the ultimate prize. These powerful herbivores are giants of the savannah, armed with sharp horns, immense weight, and an unbreakable spirit of unity. To take one down is a feat reserved for only the bravest and most skilled. The pride fans out, moving with practiced precision. Lionesses, the pride's seasoned hunters, inch closer, bellies pressed low, every muscle coiled with tension. Their golden fur blends with the sun-baked grass, making them nearly invisible to their prey. But the buffalo are not defenseless. At the slightest hint of danger, sentinels on the herd's edge raise their heads, nostrils flaring, eyes scanning for movement. A single alarm snort ripples through the ranks, and instantly the herd tightens, forming an impenetrable wall of horns and hooves. Calves are pushed to the center, shielded by layers of adult bodies. The lions know this formation well. It is both challenge and warning. The air is thick with suspense as predator and prey lock into a silent standoff, each waiting for the other to make the first move. The lions circle, searching for weakness, a straggler, an old bull, or a momentary break in the wall. When they find it, the pride explodes into action. With breathtaking speed, they rush the herd, triggering a thunderous stampede. Dust clouds swirl, hooves pound the earth, and the ground itself seems to tremble. But buffalo are not easy victims. The herd wheels and surges as one, adults charging at the lions with astonishing courage. Bellowing and swinging their massive horns, they force the attackers back, sometimes encircling a fallen pride member. In these moments, the line between hunter and hunted blurs. Lions can become prey, and the herd's raw power is on full display. The battle can last for minutes or drag on for hours. Lions attempt to isolate a vulnerable buffalo, using teamwork and relentless pressure. Meanwhile, the herd responds with unwavering solidarity, returning again and again to defend their own. It is a contest not just of strength, but of strategy, willpower, and heart. When a lion pride succeeds, it is through flawless cooperation and the courage to face danger head-on. When the buffalo prevail, it is a victory of unity and collective defense, a reminder that survival on the savannah is never a solitary endeavor. These epic confrontations are a testament to the complexity and drama of life in the wild, where every animal, predator or prey plays a vital and heroic role in the story of the savannah. In the golden heart of the savannah, where life is a daily test of strength and cunning, the tiniest members of the lion pride face their own silent battles. For lion cubs, the world is both a playground and a perilous gauntlet. Their first days are spent hidden deep within thickets, their eyes barely open, their movements clumsy and fragile. Here, beneath the watchful gaze of their mothers, they cling to life, small, vulnerable, and entirely dependent. But safety is always fleeting. The threats are many, and they come from every corner of the wild. Hyenas, ever opportunistic, prowl the shadows, their keen noses searching for any sign of weakness. A moment's lapse, a mother's absence, and disaster can strike in an instant. Leopards, too, pose a constant danger, their stealth and strength making them silent assassins of the night. Even the pride's own males, driven by instinct and the harsh laws of survival, may turn against cubs that are not their own, seeking to secure their legacy in the pride. The savannah itself is an unforgiving teacher. Drought shrivels the grass and dries the rivers, turning the earth hard and unyielding. Prey becomes scarce, and hunger gnaws at empty bellies. The smallest cubs, their bodies not yet strong enough to withstand the harshness of the land, sometimes fade quietly, leaving only memories behind. Yet amid these hardships, the lioness's love is fierce and unwavering. She will fight, starve, and risk her life to protect her young. In the cool shade she grooms them, teaching them the ways of their ancestors. When danger looms, she moves them swiftly, always searching for a safer haven. The pride, too, becomes a shield, every member vigilant and ready to defend their future. For every cub that survives, there is a story of resilience, a testament to the strength of family, the wisdom of the pride, and the indomitable will to live. Their playful roars and clumsy paws are not just signs of innocence, but of hope. The next generation, destined to inherit the wild and write new chapters in the unending saga of the savannah. As the sun slips beneath the savannah's distant edge, the world transforms. Darkness spills across the grasslands, painting every tree and termite mound in deep shades of mystery. For many, the coming night is a time to hide and rest, but for the lions, it is the hour of opportunity. Silence reigns, broken only by the soft rustle of wind and the distant call of a nightjar. In this blackness, the pride awakens with quiet purpose. Their golden coats, so brilliant in daylight, now melt seamlessly into the shadows. Here, their greatest weapons are not just strength and speed, but senses honed by countless generations of survival. A lion's eyes, wide and unblinking, drink in every flicker of movement. Specialized cells, more than twice as many as their prey, let them see where others see only darkness. Ears swivel, attuned to the faintest crunch of hooves or flutter of wings. Even the air itself tells a story. Scents carried on the cool breeze reveal who has passed and who lingers still. They move with ghostly grace, each paw step measured and silent. The pride splits into a loose formation, fanning out to encircle a herd grazing unaware. Communication is wordless, a twitch of a tail, a barely audible grunt, a shared glance. Each lioness knows her role, shaped by instinct and the unspoken language of kin. But the night is not without peril. The darkness hides more than prey. Hidden ravines, thorny acacia, and the lurking presence of hyenas or leopards could turn hunter into hunted. Every step forward is a calculated risk, the line between triumph and disaster razor thin. Suddenly a signal, a ripple of tension through the pride. Muscles coil, breath holds. In an explosive burst, the lions surge forward, coordinated and relentless. Prey scatters in panic, but the pride's teamwork narrows the field, isolating the weakest. The chase is swift, a blur of speed and power, ending in a cloud of dust and the heavy silence that follows. As the pride gathers to claim their reward, the moon shines down, illuminating the scene. Victory tonight means survival. Not just for the hunters, but for the cubs waiting in the shadows. In the savannah's eternal darkness, the lion's unity and primal skill allow them to rule, unseen and unstoppable, until the dawn's first light. Across the vast plains of the savannah, dominance is not merely a matter of strength, but of strategy. And nowhere is this more apparent than in the formation of male lion coalitions. Unlike solitary challenges, coalitions are formed when 2, 3, or sometimes even 6 unrelated males band together, forging alliances that can last for years. Their bond is born of necessity. Alone, a male lion's reign over a pride is often brief, threatened constantly by rivals. But as a coalition, they become a formidable force. These alliances begin in youth. Adolescent brothers, cousins, or even unrelated males, ousted from their birth pride, find each other in the wild. Through subtle gestures, mutual grooming, and shared hunts, trust is built. Coalition members learn each other's strengths and weaknesses. Who leads the charge? Who circles to flank? Who stands guard? The resulting unit is not just a group, but a disciplined team. When coalitions challenge for control of a pride, the takeover is dramatic. A single male may be overwhelmed, chased off, or worse. The victors impose their rule, often with brutal efficiency. This new order brings both stability and upheaval. The coalition's arrival signals a period of dominance. They patrol the territory together, fend off intruders, and mate with the pride's females. Their combined strength deters most challengers, sometimes securing their reign for years. Yet, beneath this surface unity, tension simmers. Power struggles are inevitable. Dominance must be negotiated, sometimes daily, through displays of aggression or subtle posturing. The highest-ranking male often claims the majority of mating rights, but alliances shift. Today's leader may become tomorrow's subordinate. Despite internal competition, the coalition's survival depends on cooperation. Should the alliance fracture, all members risk losing everything to encroaching rivals. The impact of coalitions on pride life is profound. With multiple protectors, cub mortality drops and hunting success can improve. Females may benefit from the coalition's stability, but they also face the harsh reality of new males. Incoming coalitions often kill existing cubs to bring the females back into estrus, ensuring their own genetic legacy. In the grand scheme of the savannah, male coalitions are both architects and disruptors, shaping the fate of prides, redrawing territorial boundaries, and driving the perpetual cycle of power. Their story is one of brotherhood and rivalry, unity and ambition, echoing through the African night as the lion's eternal struggle for supremacy continues. As the first light of dawn spills across the savannah, a different kind of power stirs in the grass. While the males may command the pride, it is the lionesses who hold the key to survival. Their role is not of brute force, but of precision, patience, and relentless cooperation. A ballet of death played out beneath the whispering acacia trees. The hunt begins in silence. Lionesses fan out, using the tall golden grass as their cloak. Each step is measured, each breath controlled. Communication is wordless. A flick of an ear, a twitch of a tail, eyes locking for a fraction of a second. Every lioness knows her place. The oldest leads, reading the wind, gauging the herd's movement. The youngest trails, learning by watching, her muscles coiled with anticipation. Targets are chosen with ruthless calculation. An old buffalo, a distracted zebra, a calf lagging behind. The pride splits into two groups. The first, the stalkers, inch closer, bodies pressed low, barely disturbing the earth. The second, the wings, arc wide, ready to spring the trap. The prey senses unease, but it is too late. With a sudden burst, the lead lioness lunges forward, driving the herd into chaos. The chase is short and savage. Dust erupts beneath pounding hooves. The wings close in, cutting off escape routes, forcing the quarry into the jaws of waiting sisters. The final moments are a blur of claws, teeth, and desperate struggle. Victory is never certain. One misstep, and the hunt ends empty-bellied, the pride's energy wasted. But the lionesses face more than fleeing prey. Hyenas shadow their every move, hoping to steal a meal. Elephants and rhinos defend their young with lethal intent. Even the land itself conspires against them. Hidden burrows, thorny thickets, and the blazing sun sap their strength. Injuries are common, and hunger is a constant threat. Yet it is their unity that prevails. Lionesses share the spoils, feeding cubs first, then themselves. Injured sisters are cared for, their wounds licked clean. In the harsh calculus of the wild, cooperation is the difference between life and death. Night after night, dawn after dawn, the lionesses return to the hunt. Their coordination is legendary, their resolve unbreakable. In the shadow of the kings, It is these huntresses who truly rule the savannah, silent, swift, and deadly, masters of the art of survival. As the dust settles and the lionesses withdraw, bellies full and cubs fed, another drama quietly unfolds on the savannah. The aftermath of a hunt is never silent for long. Overhead, the first to arrive are the sentinels of the sky, vultures. Their sharp eyes spot the remains from miles away, spiraling downward in patient anticipation. On the ground, shadows flicker at the edge of the golden grass. Jackals slip forward, cautious and clever, drawn by the scent of opportunity. For these scavengers, the lion's leftovers are a lifeline. Vultures descend in waves, their wings beating a solemn rhythm as they land around the carcass. Their hooked beaks, perfectly evolved for tearing through tough hide and sinew, make short work of what the lions left behind. Jackals dart in and out, snatching morsels between the crush of larger birds, ever watchful for danger. This scavenger feast is more than a mere clean-up. It is a vital link in the ecosystem's chain. Vultures and jackals ensure that little goes to waste, stripping bones clean and recycling nutrients back into the land. Their work keeps disease at bay, preventing rot and infection from spreading across the plains. But competition is fierce. Hyenas may return, their jaws cracking bones the vultures cannot touch, while marabou storks and even smaller carnivores join the fray. Each has its part to play, each finds its niche. The remains of the hunt sustain a web of life that stretches far beyond the pride. What began as a ballet of lionesses ends as a chorus of scavengers. Here, nothing is wasted. Every shred of flesh, every fragment of bone is claimed. The savannah thrives on this cycle, a delicate balance where death feeds life and the table is set anew with every dawn. In the shadows of the kings and their huntresses, it is the scavengers who complete the story. Silent stewards of the wild, they close the circle, ensuring that the savannah endures, ever ancient, ever renewed.